According to British author Benjamin Creme, Maitreya, a teacher of extraordinary stature, is here in the world to inspire us to make the fundamental changes that will usher in an unprecedented golden age of brotherhood and justice.
This is indeed a unique time in the whole history of the world. So we have to reassess the meaning and the purpose of life. The lead in this respect will be given by Maitreya himself, unannounced as Maitreya, seemingly just one of us. Maitreya is emerging into the open, beginning public work on television and radio throughout the world, beginning in America and Japan and then other nations. Maitreya and his group of masters have created hundreds and hundreds of signs for humanity to show that something tremendous is afoot. And these are known throughout the world, extraordinary, seemingly impossible happenings, but happenings which happened. When Jesus was born 2,000 years ago, a star appeared in the heavens, which, according to the Christian teachings, guided three wise men from the east to Jerusalem, Bethlehem, the Holy Land, where they followed it every day and it stopped over the birthplace of Jesus. Well, that was a star, but it wasn't a star, not a real star. Stars don't work like that. Are set in the heavens and billions of miles away. That star, the Star of Bethlehem, it was a spacecraft sent by the spiritual hierarchy to guide the three wise men and act as a sign. This has been repeated today, in which our spiritual hierarchy have arranged with our fellow humans on this solar system to have 4 such spacecraft, huge, enormous entities, which are posted throughout the world so that wherever you are, you see a star, one star, which acts like I have described. We have reports from all over the world of this star, hundreds of them, and a few interviews on media, radio, television, or press media about them. But what Maitreya really desires is an open discussion on the media worldwide about the star, what it is, because people don't know what it is. They see it, they report it, but it's an amazing object. They think, is it a UFO? Well, in a sense, it is a UFO, but it's a very specific one. It is the star, and the first so-called crop circles, which have been created for years all over the world, but especially in south of England, are created by our space brothers from the other planets, mainly from the planets of Mars and Venus. And the first crop circle created this year, many weeks ahead of the usual date when they appear, is, if you can see it, a star. That's a photograph of the first crop circle. And it was made by a spacecraft in a few seconds, I suppose, as they all are. It's hundreds of feet long, meters long, and is to remind those who need to know that this is the star, the herald of Maitreya, who is entering into public work. What will Maitreya talk about on television and radio? Well, obviously he will talk about the need for peace, the need for justice in the world. But how do we get justice? Maitreya says there is only one way to achieve justice in the world: to see the world as one, brothers and sisters of one humanity.
We've got a nefarious link between, keep using this word nefarious in this particular hangout. I can see you all smiling and grinning away, so I'm sure it's okay.
It's because you're Wiccan, from what I've heard.
Oh yeah, sorry. Sorry, Nathan. Can you put a hook on your thought and not lose it? Okay.
I'll do my damnedest.
This is what, unfortunately, some of the Christians out there are doing, because the Muslims don't do this very much, which is called people witches. This whole witches, Wiccan, witches. The whole reason for the term Wiccan and witch was to class the tribal beliefs of the lands that the Romans were taking. You know, the pagans, they all worship. You were pagan if you worshipped something that wasn't what they worshipped. Even back in the days when the Romans were worshipping their gods, if you were worshipping gods that were not of their pantheon, you were pagan. That's what pagan meant. And this changed eventually as they wiped out gods to Wiccan. And it was the Druids and the people who worshipped nature. And the tribes of Germany and northern France and the UK, they worshipped nature. They worshipped the moon. They worshipped when to toil in the field, when to have the May Day, you know, a feast of spring, all of these things. So all they were called pagans, Wiccans, heretics. These were all titles that were basically to be used as a weapon against people.
Yeah, let's take a poll. Hands up if you've been accused of being a Satanist.
Oh yeah, I'm the Antichrist.
Wow.
I'm a witch.
I was accused of having Satan in me, and I've been accused of stuff too. And I'm a Christian, so.
Oh,
Trisha, you've been accused of Satanism or being Satan, as Arianism has.
And being...
They said that I'm listening to the devil, and I'm really of Satan, and I've blocked my comments, and it just got worse. But I don't show them anymore. But I don't know, and I'm a Christian, so there you go.
So Jaron, Patricia, Nathan, I didn't see your hand go up.
Yeah, my hand went up.
Okay, and this is what we've grown up with.
Yeah,
grown up
for sure.
with a globe.
You're talking about witches. The witches were also
traveling in a way
anybody who believed in just natural cures.
That appeared from something that doesn't actually make sense, and all of it is just blanketed with the term, it makes sense, doesn't it? Or are you a retard and you think you're on a flat earth?
Well, hold on. We've got the same thing going on with religion, because they just label it faith. They just put it on the front cover.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if, Adam, I don't mean to hurt you, or anyone really, but is Jesus really just a satellite? I mean, something that we've been told is there, and we believe it
Wow. She doesn't verify these with me first. She doesn't but live. It's like, wow, is Jesus just a satellite?
Ignore her. She's just a Satanist.
It's Wiccan. Get it right.
Yeah, but
But the establishing of a heavenly world on earth, because it's God's will, and the returning of a Jesus character to establish that, this is something that will never happen. And if we sit waiting for it to happen, it will never happen. And as long as people are convinced that that's what is going to happen, they will not strive to make it good through humans. They won't strive to reach agreements, to join hands with the Muslims and the Jews and say, let's forget all the differences. You know, you don't eat pork, I don't, whatever. Let's just work together and drop the religion bullshit. Have your beliefs however you want them, but let's establish this godly kingdom. And let's face it, if God works in mysterious ways, maybe the whole point was to see that that's how God's kingdom is established.